and they don't really like me. Cause I can fuck your bitch and fuck your mom and auntie.
Got. Let me know and why you don't.
Alpha, November. Oh my god, I have.
Guilty to the offense of murder.
Welcome back. This is the darkest Twitter iceberg. Surprisingly, like I was looking at like icebergs and stuff because I wanted to do an iceberg, and there is not one Twitter iceberg. There's one in Spanish. Like I don't speak Spanish, you know. Might as well make one in English. This didn't really exist before I did it, so if you want to use the chart, I'm gonna put it somewhere here in front of my face. It's 5 levels. If you want to use it, just credit me, you know. This is editor twae from the future.
Good, because I'm probably gonna post this.
That this isn't going from most known to least known. It's going from most tame to most gruesome. And yeah, let's go into the first layer.
Bro, high shit.
Section 1, the tip. Stans. Stans are basically just obsessed super fans. Stans have been around for ages, but the earliest mention that I could find is Eminem's song called Stan. It's a weird name, but you know, most stans are harmless, but some will go great.
Nicki Minaj stans are
protect
fucking
their idols, whether it be by
weird.
doxing haters or sending death threats to haters. Some stans just
Nicki Minaj stans are
idols,
the worst.
Too much. And it's like, you can support someone, just don't be obnoxious about it, you know? I know people who have been doxxed before, and it's just, yeah, it's just not fun. Nigeria ban. On the 5th of June 2021, the Nigerian government decided to ban Twitter after Twitter themselves deleted some of the Nigerian president's tweets. The tweets were the president warning the southeastern people of Nigeria, predominantly Igbo people, of a potential repeat of the 1967 Biafran Civil War due to the ongoing insurgency in southeastern Nigeria. The ban was lifted in January 2022, and I mean, it was just kind of a weird, funky little situation. Yeah. Username market. A lot of people are looking to buy and sell rare usernames on Twitter. There are a lot of websites that sell like NFT usernames or simple 4-letter usernames like yeah or something like that. This is also like a problem on Instagram and TikTok.
Is this
YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube and Twitch too.
YouTube is gonna make handles. YouTube is rolling out handles all over the world, so it's probably gonna become a problem on YouTube as well soon. But yeah, that's a thing. Fake logins. There are a handful of fake Twitter login sites all over the internet. While these were more prevalent back in the late 2010s, there are still some around today. You can spot these really easily by just looking at the URL. If it's anything other than twitter.com/login or something, then it's probably
you gotta be a straight
website.
dumbass.
Obviously, these fake websites exist to steal your data and your account, and then sell it or something out. I don't know. Section 2, the surface. Doxxing. Doxxing is a pretty huge problem on Twitter. Obviously, this is a pretty big deal because if you get your address leaked or like doxxed, I guess, strangers could pull up to your house and take pictures of your house or leak your address to multiple other people or just do some other weird, creepy
or swat
stuff.
you.
It's just unnecessary, you know. Twitter, some of y'all need to pump the brakes a little bit. Pump the brakes a little bit, you know, just calm down. It's not that serious. I promise you it's not that serious. Discrimination. This kind of speaks for itself. A lot of people on Twitter are just homophobic, sexist, or racist, or like transphobic, anything else like that. And there are a bunch of communities, just hate groups.
I think it's a community. It's communities like that on every app, though.
Is it really necessary?
It's communities like that on every app, though.
Twitter, you know, freedom of speech, But like,
you can't say that's just Twitter. It's a
what are they doing to you?
Community like that on everything.
What did they like? Yeah, but yeah. Data breach. On the 21st of July 2022, someone named Devil posted on breach forums that they had obtained the info of 5.4 million Twitter users. The info included email addresses, phone numbers, and etc. The user had apparently exploited a vulnerability on Twitter and then used that to, well, get the data from the people. The vulnerability was patched in August 2022, but the damage was already done. Street fights. You can find a lot of street fights on Twitter. I don't have anything against the street fights, but I do have a
That should
problem
be
with
funny
people
sometime,
posting like school fights, like high school fights or middle school fights, or I've even seen elementary school fights. Cause I mean, you're just
Motherfuckers
posting
really be
minors
scrapping.
and it's kind of, it's just yeah. It's just kind of immature. Section 3, the body. Okay, quick trigger warning before we get into the next few sections. This is where it gets kind of fucked up, so I'll just put all the trigger warnings on screen right now. Viewer discretion is advised.
Viewer discretion is
Lolicon
advised.
/ Shotacon. Lolicon is literally just
Pedos.
hentai, but instead of it being grown women, they're young women. Underage young women. There's also Shotacon,
EDP
which is
ass
the same
niggas.
thing, except with men instead. Now this stuff is mainly accessible on Twitter, and it's just really easy to get access to, which is kind of scary considering it's literally CP, just animated CP. And a lot of the people that like draw this stuff or collect this stuff always have the same excuse saying, "Oh, it's not real. It's just a drawing."
EDP ass niggas.
Drawing. And I don't know why they think that's a valid excuse, because it's not about the fact that it's a drawing. It's about the fact that you're still getting off to these drawings being literal like 6-year-olds or looking like literal 6-year-olds. And it's, yeah.
That's why I like MILFs.
Crime. Jail. It's done. Gore. This one is pretty self-explanatory. There's just a lot of general gore on Twitter that you can find really easily. There's a lot of specific videos that we will be getting into later in this iceberg, but yeah. The Ryan thread. In the summer of 2017, @lustforlove, or Ryan on Twitter, started a thread explaining how they were asked by their neighbor to watch her dog for 5 days, paying Ryan $40 per day in the process. Ryan accepted the offer. The woman gave Ryan a tour of the house before the first night, and according to Ryan, the dog was in a small cage, the woman had cameras all around the house, and the general feeling was off. On the first night, Ryan discovers that the only way to open the front door is from the inside with a key, which is weird. They record videos and take pictures, and in one of the videos, a doll can be seen. The ceiling lights don't work either. Ryan then hears something outside the front door, but when they look through the peephole, nothing is there. They then return to the doll room later in the night.
Doll not there no more.
And the doll's head actually moved, which is, you know, Annabelle, Chucky. Who? This. Ryan decided to leave the house at 1 a.m. because they started hearing things and suffered a panic attack. Now, there's a big chance that this could be fake because the doll, you could
That shit
literally
fake.
just move the head when you're not recording.
That shit is
and then
fake.
go
That's
back to
exactly
the
what he
room.
did.
No,
He turned the fucking
guys,
head.
guys, it moved.
That shit
The doll's
fake.
head, it moved. You and we don't really know what happened afterwards, because or I don't know, because the account got terminated and the Wayback Machine doesn't go back to the thread, so it's, yeah.
Fake news.
Murderer glorification. This correlates back to layer 1 when I mentioned stans. Some people on Twitter glorify or stan murderers
Yes.
and school shooters.
Yes, they do.
By creating fan edits of
And
them
again,
saying
that is
they're
just not
raw
Twitter.
and like other
That's
things.
just not Twitter. That is every fucking
You
platform.
know, it's just edgy teens thinking that they're dark and like emo or some shit because they glorify these literal serial killers who are either dead or in jail or got away with it. And it's just disrespectful to the victims and their families and friends and stuff. And yeah. At Straightaway. On the 9th of March 2018, at Straightaway tweeted, "Okay, I'm sitting in my car right now in front of my house, in my car, and this guy started taking pictures of my house with the flash. Then he walked away. Literally, it's 3 a.m. I'm going to die tonight." Then later, on the 13th of March, they tweeted a video with the caption, "I really need y'all to listen to this voicemail I just got. I'm deactivating my cell phone service."
Sierra, Delta, Alpha, November, Golf, Echo, Romeo, Sierra, Oscar, Sierra.
Straightaway later
What the
tweeted,
fuck?
"It literally translates to danger SOS. It is dire for you to evacuate. Be cautious, they are not human. SOS, danger, SOS." And then gives coordinates. I'm throwing my phone
What
away.
the
Clearly,
fuck?
They never threw their phone away, did they? They later received a mysterious DM from someone, but the DM is in Indonesian. But when translated, it says, "End the post you just shared about the recording on your phone." They then state that the first tweet happened a few days ago before they got that voicemail. Now this whole thing could be faked very easily with like, I don't know, Siri or something, a recording and then playing it back. I couldn't find anything. I also don't know what happened afterwards. I saw that some people were theorizing that it was like a black box recording of the Malaysian flight that went missing, but that's a stretch. I feel that doesn't really make any sense. But yeah, just take it all with a grain of salt, cause this could be faked really easily.
Sound like some Fallout nuke shit.
Mikey Welsh. On the 26th of December 2011, former bassist for Weezer Mikey Welsh tweeted, "I dreamt I died in Chicago next weekend. Heart attack in my sleep. Need to write my will today." Later he corrected himself saying, "The weekend after the next." Mikey Welsh died of a heart attack in his sleep on October 8th, 2011 in a Chicago hotel. Which, that's freaky as shit. That is
Holy
freaky as
shit.
It was 2 weeks after he tweeted that, or dreamt that, I guess. And it was in Chicago. And he had a heart attack in his sleep. I don't like that. That's
Holy shit.
Yeah. I'm good. Section 4, The Abyss, 1444. A Russian college student named Gleb, and I'm not gonna try to pronounce that last name because I'm gonna butcher it, was live streaming on a Russian site called VK when he began loading a gun while saying, "Nikita, if you tell my parents, I will come and get you from the other side. I know you have both their numbers, okay? Remember me fondly." And how did they say it? "Ah yes, Nia Polka." And then proceeds to shoot. He also said Nia Polka as a reference to the Russian girl who posted a picture of her in front of a train with the caption Nia Polka. And right after posting that, she laid her neck on railroad tracks and got, you know, her head, YouTube,
decapitated.
Please don't hurt me. So why is this on the Twitter iceberg? Because a lot of people on Twitter would post disguised gore videos. The videos would start off as just like a meme or a Twitch clip or something, but would then abruptly cut to the scene of the video or the part of the video where Gleb to traumatize children or just
I never seen them shit.
traumatize people in general. This was also a trend on like TikTok and Instagram and all those other sites. It was even posted to YouTube, and it got taken down like 3 weeks later, or no, 3 days later, I think, which is just map positivity. The hashtag map positivity on Twitter
pedos
is, and
I heard about the map shit. They pedos.
Space for maps. Oh,
they pedos.
What are maps, you ask? If you don't know,
they
maps
EDP ass
are
niggas.
Minor attracted people, aka pedos. Yeah, honestly, I don't want to waste my time on this shit, so I'm just gonna
I heard about that shit.
Move on.
I heard about that shit a while ago.
On the 19th of August 2016, Zachary Penton tweeted, "I need to move out of my place before I viciously murder my roommates." 2 days after Zachary tweeted that, he shot and killed his roommate, Daniel Garofalo. Zachary would also just constantly tweet about guns in general. He was sentenced to 12 years in prison in 2018. At Rich Lonely Juan.
Only 12 years
On New
though?
Year's Eve 2013, at Rich Lonely Juan on Twitter posted an image of a woman passed out, drunk, on the floor with vomit all around her, with the caption, "Somebody put something in her drink. Anyways, me and my brother about to this." After
what
Juan
the
posted
fuck?
This tweet,
What?
he received a lot of backlash for obvious reasons. But his defense was that people make jokes about that every day. So it's
how was
fine,
that a joke?
The last we heard of
How was
Braun
that a
was
joke?
a tweet of him saying that
How was that a
the
joke?
pulse wasn't beating anymore and that he wasn't gonna call the cops because he's not a snitch.
How was that a
Braun's
joke?
true identity was never found, and we still don't know if the woman survived.
How was that a joke?
Section 5. The Darkness. Skylar Earl Neese. On the 6th of July 2012, 16-year-old Skylar Earl Neese snuck out of her house to meet up with two of her high school friends, Shalia Ray Eddy and Rachel Shove. They drove around their hometown of Star City, West Virginia, and their destination was a secluded forest. Shalia and Rachel both managed to convince Skylar to sneak out so that they could talk about their friendship, as their relationship wasn't as strong as it used to be. Also, I don't know if I'm butchering her name. It might be Shalia or something. I'm just gonna keep saying Shalia because I don't even want to get her name right. Once they arrived at the forest, Shalia and Rachel both turned their backs to Skylar and counted up from 1. Once they hit 3, they both pulled knives from their sleeves and stabbed Skylar to death. And on the 1st of May 2013, Rachel pleaded guilty to second-degree murder and was sentenced to 30 years in prison with eligibility for parole after 10 years.
Wow.
Shalia pleaded guilty to first-degree murder on January 24th, 2014, and was sentenced to life in prison with eligibility for parole after 15 years. It's just such a sad story. And a reason that this is on the IceBerg is because after they killed their friend, she thought they were her friends, they decided to make a few tweets, some little happy tweets. They posted a bait RIP message dedicated to Skylar.
Are you
in order
fucking
to throw
stupid?
people off, I'm assuming, which is just really
Are you
messed up.
fucking
Shalia
stupid?
Eddy also tweeted, "No one on this earth can handle me and Rachel. If you think you can, you're wrong." She also tweeted, "Worst day of my whole life," and "They say you remember the past better than it really was." You know how I said that they counted up from 1 to 3? Well, she tweeted, "We really did go on 3. Yeah. Okay, this one is, okay. On Twitter, if you just search up a plethora of Discord CP servers, CP websites, Telegram CP groups, and just stuff along those lines will appear. Biggest
CP
day.
is being passed around
Nothing
heavy.
is being done about this. This has been a problem for a while now, and Twitter just isn't doing anything about this. It's so easy to find and access, and I don't understand why Twitter isn't doing anything about it. Also, yeah, I censored it in the video because I don't know who's gonna be watching this. You know, there might be some sicko, and I'm just gonna censor it because I don't want, you know, this shit should not be easily accessible. Yeah.
Nasty motherfuckers.
Trevius Williams. On the 18th of October 2015, 16-year-old Trevius Williams left his Jacksonville home to go pick up bread from his local convenience store. While crossing a street, Trevius was fatally struck by a car. He died on impact. After being struck, the driver got out of his car and tweeted, "I just killed a man," then following it up with a picture of Trevius's body in the street with the
What
caption, "RIP."
the
next
fuck?
morning, the driver tweeted again saying, "Worst night of my life." The driver was never caught. This is editor
What?
twae here to just correct myself. It turns out that the driver did get caught. He just somehow managed to escape all charges. Yep. It's just so disrespectful.
Wow.
Wow, like, yeah.
No
I don't
fucking
understand.
charges. Wow.
I don't understand.
That is crazy.
Felina. In 2014, a woman under the alias Felina was known as an online protester for fighting the drug cartels in the Mexican state of Tamaulipas. The cartels declared a media blackout so that none of the crimes in the area would be known/reported. As a result, a lot of people turned to Twitter or other social medias to post about what's been going on. Felina ran one of these Twitter accounts, and it was the most successful of the bunch. She would post emergency phone numbers and encourage other people to speak out.
She got taken out by the
and
cartel.
what they had seen. Unfortunately, due to the account being so successful, it caught the eyes of the cartels.
Yeah.
She began receiving threats as the cartels worked to discover her true identity. On the 16th of October, Felina tweeted, "Friends and family, my real name is Rosario Fuentes Rubio. I'm a physician. Today my life has come to an end." Multiple other tweets were made by her warning her followers not to make the same mistakes that she made. And then one final tweet was made on the same day, consisting of 2 images. One of just her face and another of her lifeless body with the in her head.
Oh my
the account got
fucking
terminated,
God.
obviously, and yeah, it's just really messed up.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Takahiro Shiraishi. In mid-October 2017, 23-year-old Aiko Tamura from Tokyo went missing. This was especially concerning for Aiko's family as her mental health was rapidly declining, and her posts on her Twitter account showed that she was also getting posting about how she was looking for someone to commit suicide with. Aiko's brother decided to take matters into his own hands and decided to log into Aiko's Twitter account. At first he didn't find much, but then he decided to look through the DMs. Someone under the name @HangingPro DM'd Aiko saying that
I remember hearing about this.
Aiko's brother knew that he couldn't just track this person down based off their Twitter profile, so he decided to track down one of his followers, and she said that she would be willing to take Aiko's brother and the police to his residence. The woman would lead them to a small apartment in Zama Kanagawa Prefecture, which was about 40 minutes away from where Aiko lived. There they would meet a 27-year-old man named Takahiro Shiraishi. He would let them enter his apartment, but his apartment was empty, and there was no trace of Aiko. The police noticed that there were an unusual amount of cooler boxes in his apartment, and the truth was that Aiko was in his apartment. She just wasn't
Just
alive
in the boxes.
anymore. Parts of her dismembered corpse were found packed into different parts of the boxes, but
Jesus
police kept
Christ,
finding
bro.
more
Come on
body
now.
parts to the point where it was exceeding the amount of body parts one human could have, meaning that there were multiple victims. Turns out that Takahiro would prey on young vulnerable women on Twitter and then convince and lure them into his house with the sense of safety and whatever other bullshit he said, and would then kill them and keep their dismembered body parts in cooler boxes. There were 9 victims in total.
Wow.
8 young women ranging from as young as 15 to 26
Wow.
and 1 young man. The man was one of the victims' boyfriends who actually called out Takahiro, and they got into a bit of a scuffle.
That's
But
crazy.
Unfortunately, Takahiro got the better of him. Takahiro was sentenced to death in January 2021 and is currently awaiting execution.
Shit.
And that was the darkest Twitter iceberg. Not only was it the darkest Twitter iceberg, it was also
was
the
kind of a
only
banger.
Twitter iceberg that I could find.
That was kind of a banger.
What? Hey man, would you mind popping us some popcorn with extra butter, a little salt?
Anything else?
Yeah, some of that cheesy spray if you got some.
Some of that cheese spray, if you got it. Some folks don't know when to go home. What the? Who in the hell bit off this pan and put it back in the basket?